Have you ever said to yourself, I'm just waiting for the right time, or I'm being patient until the conditions improve so I can make a better decision? Well, you actually might be procrastinating and just acting out of fear. Now, I am not saying that you should always just, make a quick decision and then just go forward, right? I'm not saying that. Please hear me. But waiting is not an action. And just because you choose to be patient does not give you permission to do nothing. And a lot of times that's what ends up happening. This is something that I've been experiencing with people that I've been working with recently. And maybe it's the time of the year, it's summer and everybody's just zoning out for a little bit. I don't know. But what I'm finding is that people are starting to use this idea of, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to see. I'm just going to pick your excuse or the way that you want to frame it, and then they're doing nothing just because they're waiting for conditions to improve. So here's my point. There's a lot of situations in life where you don't need to take maybe what would be seen as a forward action. Okay. If the stocks are really high and you're looking to invest, guess what? You should probably wait for a downtrend. If you were looking to start a business, but you don't have any money saved up, I wouldn't go and just quit your job tomorrow and then go all in on starting it. Like, that would not be wisdom in those situations. So I totally want to say that I get that. But too many times, what I am seeing is that when we have identified something that is a part of our why, something that is very, very, passionate to us, like that we are trying to achieve, that we are trying to accomplish, we're trying to do in our life, we say we're going to wait. We're at a point now, we're just going to wait and we're going to see. But then they do nothing else. And here's the thing. There is this saying that it is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. And the thing that people miss is, well, what is the warrior doing in the garden? Is he spending all day just pulling weeds and hoping for the best, that there's not going to be any more wars to fight? No, absolutely not. That's ridiculous, because he's a warrior. Okay. Sure, he might spend a little time pulling weeds, but he's also going to be checking his defenses. He's going to be practicing with his weapons. He's going to be preparing himself mentally for when the time comes. The same thing is true for us. We need to be preparing. If you come to a point and there's something that you want in life, something you've identified and you have clarity on it, and you're like, this is it, and this is what I want to get it done by. But in this moment, I need to stop for a second. I need to let some things settle so I can make a better decision. That's totally fine. But don't then just do nothing. Start asking yourself the question, okay, I'm not going to make this decision right now, but what can I do to put myself in a better place, that when it comes time to make this decision, when the conditions do improve, when that paycheck does come in, when whatever it is that you're waiting for to get better, to actually move on it, what can you do to be ready, to be more ready than you are now? Who do you need to become? Are there things that you need to be doing? Do you need to train your mind? Do you need to train your body? Is there something that you need to be doing to become more prepared for that? If I was going to run a marathon, but I was looking at the calendar and I couldn't really find a marathon that was going to work out for me, would I just say, well, I'm just going to wait and see for the schedule? It's June right now. I can't do anything for the rest of this year. Maybe I'll do something in Q1 of next year. I'll look for a race in February or March that'll work out for me. And yeah, I'm just going to wait and see when one comes out so I can figure out what my training regimen should look like. And then I don't actually go and run in the meantime. Like, I don't actually train just because I don't know exactly when I'm going to go run this race. I'm just going to sit around and eat nachos and, enjoy my life and not running. I hate running, by the way. So, I don't know what I'm using that analogy because my wife loves running marathons. That is definitely not something for me. Okay. But how ridiculous would that be, that I would just be waiting to find a race that I could run, and in the meantime, I'm not actually going to be doing any training? That would be ridiculous. Okay. It's the same thing I'll give you another example that's very common. A lot of people want to launch their own business right now. Maybe they want to go full time on it. Maybe they just want to do a side hustle that, it's a passion project. They want to make some money, whatever. Okay. A lot of times what I'll ask them is, well, how much money do you have saved up personally, to be able to give yourself some runway to do this? And they'll be like, well, I don't know exactly what the business looks like, and I don't have a lot of money saved up. So I'm definitely not going to quit my job, and I'm not really ready to launch right now. Okay, that's fine. Does that mean that you don't launch the business that you've been dreaming about for the past 3 years, or the fact that you just want to own a business, but you don't really know what it should be? No, that's ridiculous. Go around, start looking for problems that really fascinate you, that are, you're like, man, I actually have skills that could fix that thing, or I would love to learn how to fix that thing. Or maybe you just go and you say, I know exactly what I want to do. I just don't have enough money to do it yet. Okay, great. Have you bought the website URL? Have you saved all the social? Have you reserved the social tags? On all the social medias, so you can use that whenever you want to promote it. Have you built a business plan? Have you talked to 20 different people about your idea to get feedback on what they think about it, and tell them how much you're thinking of charging, and would they be interested if you did it? And now you have a wait list. Like, these are all things that you can do before you ever actually launch a business, and it's smart and it doesn't take a lot of time. We talk about getting small daily wins here consistently, okay? These are the things that I'm talking about. Another example, are you stuck in a job that you just hate? Can't stand your boss, company's going in the wrong direction, you're worried that AI is going to cause a lot of layoffs there and you need to prepare for it. Okay, what are you doing about it? Well, I think I need to get another job. Okay, well, but now's not the right time because I've got, we're in the middle of the year. I'm about to close a big deal, so after I get this big deal in and everything and I have that paycheck, then I'll start looking. No, why? Okay, I'm not saying you need to go quit your job right now. Okay, maybe you don't have enough money in the bank to have that kind of financial security in order to do that. Do you have your FU pile, as I like to call it? Do you have an FU pile of money that's right here that when you're being mistreated or you're worried about something, you can just quit and you're good for 6 to 12 months and it doesn't matter. You can go find something new. Okay, maybe you don't have that. Then I would say that yes, you should wait. You should have patience on quitting this job, but you can be preparing. You can start going, okay, I need to cut 5 to 10% of my monthly expenses and take that money and start putting it into a savings account to make sure that when I am ready to quit, or if I do get fired before I'm ready, that I at least have reserves. Okay, that's a great thing. The other thing you could be doing is getting on LinkedIn and start connecting with people at other companies or in other industries that you're really interested in getting involved in. These are all things. There is nothing you can do. We want to have a baby. Me and my husband are talking about it, but the rest of this year is so insane. We're thinking about doing it next year. Okay, great. Have the kid next year. But does that mean you can't start saving up money and researching, what it's like to take care of a newborn and doing the baby classes or whatever it is that you want to do? Does that mean you can't start doing that now? Anytime there's something that is incredibly important to you, I want you to actually just stop and think about it right now. What is something that you really want? What is something that you're really passionate about? What is something that you have been putting off? What is it? I know something probably just jumped into your head. Why? Why have you not moved on that? Okay? Again, there are excuses, there are valid reasons to be patient, to make a smarter decision, but it does not give you permission. Patience does not give you permission to do nothing. There is something that you can be doing to be prepared. I had a guy recently just tell me, he goes, Steven, I love your mindset and I love where you're going with these things, but I just don't feel like everything in life should have a goal. And I said, that's great. I don't either. Because if everything in life has a goal, guess what? You're going to be spread too thin. I think you should have maybe 3 to 5 goals for the year, 3 goals in the long term, maybe, 6 goals this month or something like that. Like, not everything should have a goal. I don't have a goal on how much time I should spend with my family. I just know that it's part of my why. It's important to me, and I'm going to make sure that it happens. But I don't, sit here and be like, okay, I need to spend 5.5 hours, this week with my kids and make sure that 1.5 of that is reading, the other half in that come on, like let's get serious here. I'm a very goal-oriented person. I teach people through the clarity machine to get extreme clarity on what they want for their life, understand where they are right now, and then build goals along the way in order to make sure that we can achieve it. We want to stack small daily wins. That's what we do. Okay? That's what high performers do. They stack small daily wins on the way to what it is that they want. Okay, great. Again, what's one of the core things that I tell people? Think about what you want in 3 years. Then guess what? Limit it down to three. You get three things. That's it. I'm not asking people to have, I don't want you. It's actually counterproductive if you have a goal for every certain thing in your life. I also think it's a way to kind of get miserable. A lot of things in life I don't want to have goals on. We talk a lot. I want people to be efficiency monsters when they're working so you can be an inefficient sloth when you're not. So, I just want to reiterate. So we talk about teams. Teams is the framework that we have, and it's an acronym that stands for time, energy, attention, money, and soul. And these are the 5 most precious resources that we all have. And here's the thing. Society is trying to steal as much of it away from you as you can. It'll take all of it if you'll let it. All right? It'll take all of your time, energy, money, attention, and soul. All of it. Okay? You have to protect your teams. Well, here's the thing about your teams. If you take the first 3 letters, TEA, if you get the T, okay, that equals focus, time, energy, and attention. When those 3 things are combined, that is what you are focused on right now. So my question to you is, number 1, what is the thing that you're waiting on? What is the thing that you're stalling on? And if there's a really legitimate good reason for it, then how can you shift your T, your time, energy, attention, money? How can you shift that right now to something that is going to prepare you for when that moment comes and you need to take action and you need to move? What is your T on right now? What are you focusing your time, energy, and attention on right now that is taking you away? What is the distraction? That is the enemy. The enemy that we are facing in the modern day world is distraction. The reason so many people are depressed, the reason so many people don't have purpose in their life, the reason that we are struggling to make the progress that we want, and despite the fact that we are living in one of the best times ever in human history, is because we don't know what we want. We don't have purpose. We don't have our why. We don't have clarity on our objectives. And therefore, we can't properly take our focus and put it on the things that matter. Okay? So figure that out first. And when you figure that out, don't wait on it. Okay? Take action. Even if it doesn't mean going forward, that's fine. Guess what? If you want to launch a rocket, you don't just fire the damn thing off. You have to build the platform, the infrastructure, the tower to hold it up. There's a lot of things that go into it before you ever launch the rocket into space. It's the same thing here. If you are in a period of time where you legitimately have to wait on something, that's fine. You can still be working towards it. Okay? Waiting does not protect you. Preparation does. That's what I want you to take away from this. I want you to be prepared in life. I want you to be fulfilled. I want you to find things that are significant to challenge. I want you to be happy. And guess what? Happiness is found in progress. It's not always found at the finish line. There are so many stories of champions, professional athletes, entrepreneurs who have sold their business and had millions and millions of dollars wired into their bank account. And within minutes of holding the trophy or looking at the fact that they have, 3 different commas and 10 different digits in their bank account, within minutes, they are just depressed. They're just like, now what? Happiness is not always found at the finish line. A lot of the times, if there's nothing coming after that finish line, if it really is the ultimate finish line, the NBA championship, you won the Super Bowl, Wimbledon, sold your business for billions of dollars, whatever the case is, a lot of times it actually comes up short. Happiness is found in the journey, but you can't go on a journey that will fulfill you and that will bring that happiness until you know what you want. So once you find that out, go on the journey. Take action. There you go. So if there's a journey that you need to be going on, okay, or maybe you're on that journey right now, but you just stopped for whatever reason, okay, just tell yourself, no, the reason that I'm not doing anything to even prepare for this is out of fear. If I'm taking no action whatsoever to move me closer to what it is that I've identified that I really want in my life, I'm scared. And why is that? Dig down into that fear. Figure out what it is that's preventing you from moving forward. And then punch it in the face and do it anyway.